There we go. Test, test, test. I think we're good to go. Hey, everybody. Sorry for the late start. I got caught in traffic on the way back from the hospital. Still got my little taggy thing on here. A few things to talk about here today. Happy to see you back, Nicholas. Hey, Larry. Sorry, I ran into the house and I even skipped saying hi to Loki. So now Loki's all hyperactive because I never gave him a chance to release all that pent-up energy that he had. You want to come say hi to everybody? Come on. Come on. Up. 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 Okay, maybe a little bit too much pent-up energy here. But I hope you guys are all having a good day, everybody. A few things to talk about. Let me pop over here on TradingView very fast, because I literally just got back home and popped on my computer. As soon as I saw myself at the red light, I was like, uh-oh. I'm going to be a little bit late here. Let's go over back to the weekly charts a little bit more, and here we go. There we go. So a few different things I want to talk to you guys about today. This is an older chart, so we don't need this one in right now, but I think it should be fine here. A few different things are going on this week. The big one, of course, is going to be the rate hike, or the FOMC meeting tomorrow. Let's just call it that, because we don't know for certain if they're going to have a rate hike or not. But what do you call? We're going to be watching that and a few other things here. And hey, Abdisamed, and hey, Bideford, hope you guys are doing well. Mom's doing well. I forgot to tell you guys that. She should be getting out of the hospital here in a few days. Basically, over the last couple of days, there's been a lot of news changing with her. Basically, she no longer needs a surgery, which is good. The antibiotics that have been being pumped in 24/7 have been doing a really good job. The inflammation's going down a little bit. She should be out of the hospital over the next couple of days here, hopefully. From there, she has to go to a rehab center for like a few weeks or so, so I'm going to be watching that pretty closely. But basically, a lot of little pieces of work to make sure she goes into that specific home, insurance stuff. So I've been pretty slammed with that. I literally just got back from the hospital. I'm actually going to take this little thing off right here. But yeah, mom's doing good, which is good. Okay. So a few different things I want you guys to check out for today. The big thing here is we're seeing that continuation off of the move we had off of that support level, where if you guys wanted to buy around $25,000 for the short-term pop, you're looking at that short-term pop right now. If you guys want to continue buying into this, I would just say be very, very careful. Tomorrow we're probably going to see some volatility, and maybe a potential high for tomorrow is going to be those weekly moving averages that we've been looking at. I'm really looking forward to maybe close to 28,000 bucks. I think that's as high as we go. But hopefully things get a little bit better for Bitcoin, because right now, you guys know, we've been kind of in this stagnant position for the last few months, right? We really haven't been doing anything too great here, except for going up and down, but nothing really huge yet. Something really big will happen in a while. We just haven't been going up for a while. You guys know we had that official breakdown, and now that uptrend is over. Now we're at least consolidating a little bit more, which again, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I think I pulled this up for us last time here, but basically, you could almost think of this as just another level of resistance, and now we're kind of in this channel here. I'm still expecting us to most likely break down over the next few weeks or so. I'll see if what happens there. Tomorrow we do have the interest rate hike here. Maybe I should actually put it up as a poll for everybody here very fast. Let me add a poll here. Will we have a rate hike tomorrow? Make sure I do this properly. Yes or no? Should work out. There we go. Let me know what you guys think about that one. I've always been more of an aggressive proponent of the Fed. I think they should do another 25 basis point rate hike, just because we have seen inflation going up over the past few months now. I think we've had I think only 2 months. CPI trading economics. No, that's not the right one. There you go. Yeah, we've only been going up for 2 months. We went back down to 3, then we went back up to 3.2, now up to 3.7. There's a good chance we go back up to 4%, next month, and I think he should do what he can to combat that. The caveat to all that, if you guys are expecting that we don't have a rate hike tomorrow, there is something to be said about that. I think I pulled up a CNBC article before. I don't know exactly which one it was, but basically, CPI, CNBC. Oh, there it is. The one good thing going for it right now is you see um, the totality of the CPI is going up, but less food and energy, called core CPI, that one's actually still going back down, right? So less food and energy. Personally, I'm always been the guy that says, hey, I usually only look at this all items one, because like that's like, it's like trying to take out food out of your budget, and it's like trying to take out gas and energy out of your budget. It's just not something you can do very easily, right? Maybe if you're the government. But the overall less than food one right here, not the overall, but let the less food and energy CPI, that one's been coming down more and more and more. So if you guys are hoping for something else like no rate hike, that's what Jerome Powell is going to be looking at. We'll have to see if there's a large enough correlation for Jerome Powell to say, hey, if I raise interest rates one more time, we may see prices, continue to come back down. It'll be up to him. I would like to see it because we do see inflation ticking back up. I don't have to go into all the details as before, but you guys can see oil. It did have that breakout. It did go higher. It did get rejected off of that resistance level right here. I mean, we've talked about this plenty, guys. There's nothing really new here. We knew where it was going. It did pretty well. But now we're looking at a golden cross between oil, and we haven't had a golden cross in a hot minute here. So last time was a big move. We've had some choppy ones in the past, so it's not like a for certain thing. But usually, once we have that golden cross, not going to say always, usually we end up going higher. It doesn't have to be like a crazy big move like this one. Sometimes it's more moderate. So maybe we might see something like that. Well, maybe we actually break out above that level of resistance. And then maybe we just go up to $100 max for this cycle, okay? Because we're around $90 right now. Got rejected. It's normal, right? What happens afterwards, that's going to be interesting to watch. Or if you guys want to do this for oil, maybe you want to time some things a little bit better, you guys can always just add on a little trend line here. And maybe sometime early October, late September, oil starts to break down a little bit more. Now, as far as the dollar index, guess what happened today as well? They also hit a level of resistance. More of a kind of a zone here. I wish I had that little rectangle tool on for me right here, but basically you guys can see that steady level of resistance. We might break out above it, but there's still a pretty aggressive trend line kind of pointing us up at this point. In fact, we actually broke down it a few times here, but as you guys know, the dollar index is more geopolitical, so it's not so much stuff going on there. Caveat to all that, though, not a caveat, but something that you guys should be aware of is this is the daily chart. About to have those golden crosses again. We had a golden cross right there. We kept on going up, golden cross right there. Day after, literally, we ended up pouncing back up. Golden cross right here. Hopefully, if we don't have another interest rate hike, or if we do, that momentum will be enough to kind of make it plummet short term, just so we can have a little bit more consolidation. The dollar is going up fast, and that next level of resistance is really close to 105.80. Right now, we're at like 105.10. If we start to break above that, I mean, then we're looking at maybe going up to $1.07 or so, which isn't necessarily a terrible thing, but that's usually a risk off mode for assets. Usually assets come and breathe back down. I told you guys a few weeks ago, I've been talking to you guys for the past few weeks about what's been going on in the market. What happened? Let's see. Let's go to the daily chart here. Bottom. Let's go here. Let's hide this one right here. All right. So technically, we have seen a breakdown as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. Oh, and hey, E-Trev, happy to see you back. And hey, AZTV, hope you guys are both doing well. But yeah, sorry, I'm getting all over the place with you guys. But yeah, so we have had this breakdown here, which is pretty interesting. Yesterday was a confirmation of it, or, was it a confirmation? I didn't really have a good chance to look at the market yesterday. You could say, I think we broke down yesterday. Oh, no, maybe not. It'll be up in there. But today, we officially did break down as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. There were a few things we were looking at. Actually, I can actually draw this over here and make it a little bit more specific here. All right. And so we weren't able to have this breakout here. Let's see. Let me know if you guys hear my air conditioner going on in the background. I forgot to turn it off before I sat down. So if you guys hear this loud humming, let me know. It's set to go on and off every few minutes. But anyway, we didn't have a breakout. We had the breakdown. I would still actually keep this trend line on your charts, to be honest, because, I've talked about how I think we're probably going to come back down for a little bit more, give you guys some good buying opportunities. But I don't think necessarily we're rolling over into a recession just yet. We haven't had any news like that. But I do think we're going to still have some good opportunities. A few of the opportunities, if you wanted to get specific, that we've talked about, I'm making a video actually tomorrow morning for members. You know, we talked about Apple, right? You know, this is a place where I'd buy Apple to take a nibble out of it personally. That's just me. You don't have to worry about that. We've already kind of had that big drop off here. The news cycle kind of messed up a lot of the good stuff we were hoping for here, which really sucked because of all the China stuff. We ended up just gapping down instead of doing too much here. You can see that earnings report there as well. Nvidia broke down, kind of going more choppy and sideways here. Not as bad. This is something I really wouldn't recommend buying just because I think it's like too rich, too overvalued. But since the highs just a few days ago, you know, we're only down about 5%. It hasn't done anything too crazy here. Excuse me, Amazon, not Nvidia. But same concept there. Still a little too rich. And the moving averages haven't mattered at all. Amazon, honestly, there are times when you want to buy something because you're like excited for it to go up. I'm kind of just waiting for it to break out. If it breaks out, I'll buy some Amazon and just kind of sell it around 166 for a short-term profit. But I mean, just look at this chart. This chart is signaling it's just trying to hold on for dear life right now, and it just seems like it can't do it. Even the MACD is like, hey, this thing's about to fold over. So, you know, I would only buy this if we have a confirmed weekly breakout. Excuse me. Ooh, my gosh. All right, AMDs and stuff like that. AMD is holding support. If you did want to buy something that's at a strong support level, AMD is your choice. You know, personally, I'd probably have some fun with it. I'd be doing day trades, but you can see those moving averages and the fact they're about to have that death cross there on the daily. It's going to happen. You know, you might see that Nvidia might still be doing okay, but AMD I think might actually fall a little bit before Nvidia, which could be pretty interesting. All right, so let's go back over here very fast. Everything like Microsoft, you guys are seeing those breakdowns occur. Again, it doesn't mean the world's ending, but it does mean like, hey, you know, we might have a little bit more of a consolidation period here, and that's fine. But you guys should be just, you know, be okay with it. Even Intel's come back down a little bit, but it has a nice upward trend. JP Morgan Financials broke down a while ago, trying to hold on to support barely. LHX coming back down. That's defense though. I'm not entirely sure if all these weapons companies are going to have some good earnings, just because I think Republicans are going to stop money flowing to Ukraine, which means all this aid package stuff that we're like, you know, like tens of billions of dollars going over there. I don't know if it's going to stop, but I know it's probably going to slow down, which means we're not going to be sending as many arms and weapons over there because it just costs so much money. Bitcoin is done for. Right now, we tapped off for support. If you guys bought around there, you guys are fine. Personally, for me, you guys know, again, I do feel like we're going to have a breakdown, but I'm just giving it time to work its way out. One of the things here, you know, is just a reminder, is Ethereum broke down. We talked about that. It broke down below the moving averages, but just like Bitcoin, it's trying to find a nice level of support. There's a lot of altcoins out there right now that just don't have those levels of support. And I'm not going to go over all of them again, but you see ADA, I had to draw my line like a little squiggle because it actually dipped down a little bit after we made this line the first time. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we know there's some issues here. I'm actually going to make a video, I would say, sometime this week. Well, I'm just going to start telling you guys, I'm going to start investing more into altcoins right here. Because the thesis on Bitcoin is there's a couple things going on right now, okay? And this is more of one of my hedge positions that I'm going to start doing. You guys know that when it comes to Bitcoin, we have this level of resistance. Let me hide this. Up here, level of support down here. And then we also have this other level of support. You may just call it, let me just draw kind of a symbol right here. Kind of this larger one down here, okay? That extra level of support. As of this point, there is no recession, all right? So there's not a strong chance that we're going to break down below this and then keep on going down and maybe make a new low where we're going to 15,000, 14,000. Right now, that doesn't look likely to happen. Do I think it's probably going to happen? I still keep my eyes open for it just because I'm a little bit more bearish on the overall economy, of course. But I would say over the next few weeks, there's still a good chance that we end up coming back down here to around $20,000, $21,000. During that time that we've broken down below this, all right, and we're moving our way down, I personally want to start buying a lot of altcoins, and I might even buy some, honestly, even starting tomorrow after I kind of figure out where this rate hike thing is headed. Hopefully it's not too bad, but if I kind of just look at that for a second, and you just see how there's a support level, and then there's another breakdown support where we can try to find another level of support, okay? If you kind of personalize that in your head to a lot of different altcoins out there. For example, let me take everything off of Ethereum very fast. It broke down from that support. It kind of found some footing, but that next level of support is way down here, kind of around 1450. Not too much further down, but if I kind of went down here, that's around 11-12%. So kind of around there. All right. ADA, that next level of support is a little bit further. Let's put the magnet down here. That's kind of the next. That's about 30% down. Okay. Even now, basically, until we get there, I'm going to start buying altcoins more aggressively because I'm hoping that eventually, after we have those really bad moves, we have these little spikes here, like that or that or that, right? And I'm hoping that when we hit that, I'll be able to buy somewhere in this general zone, and then I'll be able to sell on whatever uptick that comes after that, okay? So that's what I'm going to be doing the next few days. I did take some small positions today, but nothing like what I plan on taking here. Because even if ADA does go down, it's going to go down about 30%. So I'm trading spot. I'm not trading futures here. Dogecoin's the only thing where like you just got to be careful because the market's gone crazy for months and it's gone crashing. It's gone up. You see ADA and stuff crashing month by month. Dogecoin's not really crashing. It's just kind of holding up its price around that 6 cent level. This one might not have a devastating crash like everything else. It just seems to be kind of immune to it at this point for whatever reason. XRP just broke down, having a pump up a week this week, but still it just broke down. That's not good overall for the price. Ape token, this is one of those things where you might just want to take a few nibbles here, a few nibbles there. This thing has been trashed for a while. AVAX, again, you kind of have to zoom out quite a bit. You see how it's hovering around this support level right here, and then boom, it might come all the way back down to $7.41 from $9.15 where it is now. I'm going to try to buy up a lot of these altcoins when I can. Primarily, if you guys are struggling to find out which ones you guys want to buy, what I like to do is I like to choose the ones that are on Robinhood. I don't actually buy them on Robinhood, but like things like Matic or Bitcoin Cash and things of that nature, I will load them up, on them. I guess that's a better way to say it. And then I'll kind of just be holding them for, I want to say, a month and a half or two. And just, whenever we have a big kind of pop here on the reversal, I'm just going to start scaling out immediately. Because we have come down quite a bit without any real good moves on the upside for a lot of these tokens. And hopefully I'll be able to make some profit off of that. And you could even see some of this resistance here from BNB. Binance is still very, very, very worrisome, I think, for a lot of people out there right now. If you guys have any questions on Binance, I can try to answer them. I can try to look them up. But, like, they got a new CEO person, I think, for Binance US. They scored a small victory against the SEC on, what do you want to call it? On the government being able to snoop through all their files and stuff. The judges said, no, you can't do that, which is good for Binance. And then we also had this new thing come out where the SEC says there's going to be more charges coming soon against other exchanges and things like that. And, so any exchange could get hit with some type of fear factor right now. And I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. The SEC is being very irresponsible when it kind of goes on through those types of actions without having concrete proof or without having legitimacy, right? So I'm a little bit more concerned. But watch out for Binance Coin. This is something where you're kind of spooked because it's about to have its first ever death crosses here on the weekly chart. The daily chart's already seen those death crosses happen a long time ago. Wasn't too good. No golden crosses or anything helped this out because it's really driven by news. But, you can go through a myriad of coins right now. Some things are doing fine, some are not. Link has been going sideways forever. Filecoin's been going sideways for a while now as well because it just dropped down so much in December. Litecoin had a pretty big dip, broke down, trying to retest that old resistance level here. Nothing too crazy, I would say, on this one. It could dip a little bit more, but, I'm not distraught over anything going on. Am I like pessimistic about which way the market's going to be heading? Sure, but I mean, it's not like we can't make money when it goes down too, right? Ooh, let me make sure I can actually read you guys' comments. I'm going to read them over here since I moved my camera from over there to over here. And I was supposed to do this, but I got stuck at the hospital. I'm going to put my green screen behind me so I can actually like show more of my face and stuff. One of my friends, you know, Tom Crown, he has another channel. He has a really nice green screen effect. I just have to move all my stuff around and things like that because he has his in his living room or something like that, he told me. I kind of have mine in my living room, but I just have like, I want to still be able to watch my nice flat screen TV and stuff like that. For, I guess I don't even watch it that much, but I should. Excuse me. Ooh. Alright. I have a big bet against the Tesla. Bank's rejection of auto loans has gone from 8.7 to 4 months ago to 13% now, 2% ago and 27 loan. 2 months ago and now 20. Oh, whoa, that's a lot. Hey, Vanessa, yeah, I do have shorts open. They're low leverage, large amounts, so I can't get hit with too much of a positive move like we're having right now. But yeah, they're those shorts. I got large shorts. And I'm just waiting, just being patient. My stop loss is like really all the way up at 32,000, so it's a pretty generous stop loss. Like I don't plan on it hitting, but if it does, oh, I'll lose probably $5,000-$6,000, but I'll live with it, I guess you could say. And hey, Tony, hope you're doing very, very well. My mom's doing a lot better. She has good news, bad news. The good news is she doesn't have to go to have surgery anymore. They got the infection, you know, that's in the bones of her spine. It's getting better, so they don't have to go into surgery and cut it all up and stuff. And she has like the antibiotics, and that's working. The bad part is the infection ate away some of her spinal bones, you know, on the outside, not the inside of like where the nerves are. Ate some out. So basically, a couple bones fused together, and instead of like doing surgery to fix it, because she's too weak right now to be in the hospital for a couple weeks or like a month now, I don't know. She has to go to physical therapy, so she can't really walk right now. So she has to be like 24/7 care, which means she's gonna get put in some type of rehab 24/7 care facility so they can take care of her. But she really, really doesn't want to go. And it took my whole day to convince her that she should go, because it was like dealing with my mom is very sensitive. You can't just tell her what to do. You kind of have to make her realize that she needs to do something. So whenever anybody tries to tell her what to do, it doesn't really go well because she's kind of stubborn, just like I am stubborn. So I pretty much got her to make sure she wants to go into this home here for the next couple weeks. I think 2 weeks or something like that, maybe 3-4 weeks, depending on how her progress is. But I'm hoping, you know, she does well out of that one so she can come back home. I'm going to give her my master bedroom at this house for a while. I got her a bike, a treadmill, a bunch of stuff she could use to work out with. And that costs a pretty penny, but what do you call it? So hopefully she'll like get back up into it. And then she can start driving her car again and stuff like that. But it's going to take a while for her back to heal up. But the good thing is she's almost at the hospital. And that's a very, very good thing, because she's been in there forever. Let's see. Okay, but Larry, about those loans, that is shocking. Like, I don't think people can really afford much right now. Like, I mean, I get those loan things all the time. It says, hey, you're pre-authorized or something like that, pre-approved for a car. I think I can get a car up to like over $100,000 if I want to, but I would never do it. But they really are just pre-approving you for like a lot of people for random stuff. And I wonder if now they're just cutting back on that a lot. Yeah, what did you say? 27% loan rejection rate? I mean, you remember what happened though, right? Especially over the last few months. I think this was it right here. Yeah. So we've seen debt balance credit cards. The balance on a credit card, it's been going up and up and up and up and up and up over the last year or so because of inflation. Everybody having to put all those costs onto their cards. Well, if they have too much debt, I doubt the bank is going to want to give them money, right? And then on top of it, for Tesla, you know, their technicals haven't been looking the best as well. Tesla's due for a pretty hefty crash, if you ask me, but, you know, that takes time. Why is... Oh, let me go over here. All right. Tesla was due for a crash over here, but what happened? It just kind of spiked back up. Now I guess we have a whole other thing to look at. Maybe we're looking at more of a downtrend here. But this has been absolutely absurd. I think what did we do last time? No, oh no, that was the log one was still fine, but here we go. There you go. Watch Tesla if it breaks down below 232s or something, which would already be a really low level. That could really let it come all the way back down here to 150, which would be insane. But again, Larry, you know this, but for anybody that's like new to the channel and stuff like that, just don't forget how fast a lot of these stocks fell down and how much they can fall down in a short amount of time. You know, AMD came down a lot, Amazon came down a lot in these really huge drops. It can happen to any stock out there. A lot of stocks have turned into somewhat of a cryptocurrency themselves by how much they go up and down. And you can even see Meta. You know, Meta's gone bad here. But, you know, we're still talking about Disney. I mean, Disney, for heaven's sakes, it's at COVID levels. Can you imagine that's Disney right there? I mean, like, monthly chart. This is Disney's monthly chart right here. Let me put the log back on. Let's go to auto. Disney's monthly chart. We're about to get to levels that we haven't seen since 2014. Imagine holding Disney stock for that long and getting nothing back for it. That's sad. Where was the other one here? Yeah. Warner Brothers. I mean, that's back down to, I mean, we broke down below COVID lows a while ago. We're back down to the levels we were at 2008. That's not a comparison you want to have. Target. A lot of these companies have kind of gotten in trouble with, I guess, like the culture wars that go on in the United States. That's also something going on. If you're a leftist or rightist or centrist or whatever, don't make a statement with your company unless you completely know where your audience stands. Because, damn, it's a painful thing, apparently. I didn't know how much power I guess in this circumstance, it was conservatives and stuff like that. Dude, who knows that, what do you even call this? I'm trying to, it's not boardwalking, it's, boycotting, Jesus. I didn't know boycotting still had this much power, to be honest. And just look at that, month to month, the breakdown's continuing. We're back to levels we haven't seen since 2020. We're not at the bottom of 2020, but we're at 2020 levels. All that money that Target made, whoosh, came right back down. Your typical continuation pattern here actually goes back to the basics of trading. Continuation pattern, breakdown. You can look at it a few different ways if you want to, but talk about just having a really shitty time. You're probably going to see the Target CEO fired pretty soon. The Warner Brothers CEO get fired pretty soon. I mean, at least we got oil. I've been holding oil for so long, I stopped telling you about it because it was just so boring to talk about. Because, you know, I mean, to be frank, you know, this is the last few months. Oil's been doing anything but going sideways and paying dividends. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff can fall down really, really fast. On the other side here, you got Bitcoin looking at a death cross here on the monthly chart, but at least we're kind of going more sideways, which I think is okay. You know, we just don't want to break. You see how we have this low, lower high, or excuse me, higher low right here? Please, oh please don't let us break that one, because that's where things get bad. At this point, we might actually have an okay September than October. We just freaking flush. I'd rather have the dump this month, personally, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. We're all beggars when it comes to this market here. There we go. And you see on the daily chart, resistance at the 50. We'll probably get, like I said, I think 28,000 is probably as high as I think we can go. But heck, I'll take it. And then, of course, the next few days, you might kind of go more sideways before dumping back down a little bit. Not all the way back down here, just maybe the 20-day moving average or so. What's a good level? Oh, sorry, I'm missing something here. Give me Matic at 33 cents. I would buy up a lot at that point. Crow and H-bar good. I mean, I would say you can add them to overall portfolio, but I don't think, maybe Crow, I would say you can dollar cost average a little bit more into, but that's just because it's a corporation, you know, and tokens. And I feel like there's going to be my opinion right now is that Binance is eventually just going to be banned in the United States. It's going to be something crazy. The SEC has gone freaking batshit crazy, and they're on a freaking jihad against Binance and CZ. like I haven't. Has anybody actually seen any evidence yet that they've done something really, really bad? That Binance has done something really, really bad? I haven't seen it. But if the government doesn't want you, they don't want you. Okay, and so that really does concern me. That being said, I think companies like Crow Coin, they're good to dollar cost average into, but by no means would I HBAR or anything else. I would not be dumping money into much of this stuff unless you have some type of shorter term plan. For longer term, $50 a month, $20 a month, you'll be fine, whatever you can afford into it. But I would not just focus on those two as my investment. It'd be like a group of 50 of them or so. The majority of my money going to maybe 20 of those, or maybe even 10 of those. And then those last 30 or 40, basically, you're splitting them up in like $100 in this long shot, $100 in this long shot. So if things end up working out well, right, over time, then you're going to be very, very happy with the results. I think what some people have to realize is that every week you guys should be looking for more tokens out there to see what's working, because a lot of times the tokens that do very good in a bull market are the ones that don't have as much history. So I'm pretty confident in things like Matic and Bitcoin Cash and things like that because they're on Robinhood, which makes it really easy to kind of buy them up. But don't be afraid to go out to Coinbase.com. I gotta find Coinbase.com. Or no, CoinMarketCap.com. So you can not Coinbase. All right, and make yourself a little watch list, right? I think I have a watch list here. You don't have to buy everything on the watch list. There's my watch list. A lot of stuff on this watch list has gone down. A lot of it's gone up. But you can see like year to date. Bluezell. I own some of this. I'm probably going to sell this pretty soon. All right. I also own some BACS. I don't own any VEED, I don't think. I own some STMX. STMX I've been talking about for a while, though. So that's nothing special there. But there's some good ones, But then there's also some stuff where, what's something? I've owned Xeon. That's down 80%. Right? So it's not all. I own Starl. That's down 75%. So you got to kind of have a mix of it. But as they go down, I kind of keep on buying a little bit here, a little bit there, until eventually I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to hold this a certain amount of tokens, and whatever happens in a couple of years, it happens. You just have to be very organized to kind of keep control of everything. But make yourself a watch list and kind of keep track of it. Like there's stuff in here that's gone down like 34% GMT. I already own that. I don't trade it anymore, but I used to have it because it had a really nice pop when I was watching this last year. Synapse, this one had a little bit of a pop. It's been coming down quite a bit, but you're going to choose, whatever you want. Raven Coin, I don't really like it that much, but I think there's like a solid following around it, so I kind of keep track of it because every now and again people ask me about it. You got this right here, Litecoin. You got a whole bunch of stuff. One of the things that I like to do for my more YOLO tokens, and I've talked to you guys about this before, but I haven't really shown it, I guess, in a minute. We go over here to filters, add filters, market cap. We want to have a market cap of under $1 billion. There we go. Or 500 million for this one, okay? Okay. Price, I like to be below a penny, but I think a lot of you guys would like to be below $1, so I'll just do 1. Volume, so I can play mineable. Apply filter, show results, market cap. Oh, it didn't do the market cap. That's weird. I forget this always has weird little rules. There we go. Okay. So these are some of the tokens that I might be looking at. In fact, I am looking at. But you can see, Kava, number 1, $500 million market cap. It's up 18% for the year. Pax Dollar, that's up a little. Oh, that's don't worry about that. That's $1. Stablecoin. Flow, Chili's, Conflux, whatever that is, up 500% on the year, and it's up 418 million. So you could play around with this and look for all types of tokens and see what you like, and you'll see some of these are in my watch list right now. What I like to do, though, is I typically like to lower it even more, kind of make it even more precise. So like what I might do is, instead of that, I may come over here, go to loop. How can I even smooth this down? That's fine. 500 million doesn't make too much of a difference. Okay, 500 million. Oh, nope. And I want the price to be 0.01. Okay. So I want it to be less than a penny. Personally, the way I feel about these is when they're less than a penny, people really believe that they can reach $1 or $10 or $1,000. Like even take Sheeb, Dogecoin, some of that. They always have these really high estimates. Can it get close to those estimates? A lot of times it does get close to those estimates, but or sometimes even surpasses them. Like when Dogecoin hit a penny, that was a big accomplishment, right? But a lot of times, they don't. So you just got to be careful because for every Dogecoin, there's got thousands of other ones that didn't do anything. Okay, but show the results. So you got stuff like BitTorrent, Luna, Ape NFT, Pepe, Hollow, Jasmine Coin. You can go down this list and kind of see what you like. The way I do it is if you're going this specific or this small of a market cap, you might choose one out of every 50 coins you see and you might invest in that one. Okay. And then you like tossing $50, $10, $5 into it, like Doge on Mars. This is something that people have been buying. I have some of this. I stopped buying it. I'm waiting to see what happens. It's down 52% on the year. That's fine. I bought a couple. I think like a couple quarters ago. So like beginning of the year, we'll see what happens with it. AMP, StormX. I still buy this quite a bit, but StormX is one of those things where I think some of you guys have bought this with me. Ken, I think you have. Here. This is the monthly chart for this. So this is one of those things that's actually made me a pretty nice profit since I started to really buy into it. You guys remember the breakdown right here. Started loading up on it for a while. I did a lot of short-term trades on it. And now it's actually making me a lot of money. But I'm probably going to sell some of this soon. And then I'm going to wait for it to probably fall back down and crash. And I'll buy some more, And I'll hopefully that does well. But since I'm afraid it may continue going up higher because it's been doing okay so far, just perhaps, maybe that means that I just don't sell everything I own. I just maybe sell 20% to 50%, right? Because I'm still not really selling the most of my coins until we hit that bull market that we're all hoping for. Then you got coins like BGB, which we bought at, when did we buy this? I think we bought this in 2021, I think. It was like, I was starting to talk about this at 6.5 cents, I think. It's at 45 cents right now. It's had a pretty checkerboard past. You guys can see it's like been kind of going all over the place. But I've been holding this, for dear Lord, since before it was even on this page, because, you buy it on the exchange before it even becomes available on the other ones, or before it gets on TradingView, excuse me. But not every token works out that well, right? And I've pretty much sold the majority of my position in this, actually. But I sold it like way up here, close to the top. I was really proud of myself. I think even Monica sold some off there too. But yeah, so it all depends on the tokens you guys are looking for. And again, for every token that's like this, there's a few that there's plenty that didn't make it. But don't be afraid to look at the tokens that are kind of new, or that have really small market caps. Like, let me go to the opposite, like low market caps. Like this is 13 million, I think it is. See me. And you can always, when you go to the filters, you can kind of make a minimum for the market cap as well. Like maybe you just want to have a $50 million market cap minimum, right? That way maybe you get rid of some trash and stuff that maybe you don't want to see. So now you can go here. There you go. Planet. It hasn't really done much, it looks like, this year. It's very, very low. I don't know much about it. Sun, Coin, Access Protocol, whatever, Verge. You can buy some of those and just see where they go. Take some time, feel them out a little bit, and see what you like about them. Here's a spell token. Is this the spell token? This isn't the spell token I'm thinking, right? I think this is another version of this. No, it is a spell token I do follow. Okay, I own some of this. I thought I was actually losing money for some reason. But yeah, so take your time with them. You're going to find some you like and some that don't do you well, right? You can see already some of these I have stars because I've been keeping track of them. Pepe token may be something some of you guys like. It's kind of too rich of a market cap for me right now, but I think it might come back down a little bit more. Terra Classic Luna, BitTorrent, whatever, Coin. You've probably heard of some of these names. If you want to have unlimited, tokens to look at, just take away that bottom filter and it'll clear out everything for you. Actually, let me just do that very fast. I enjoy looking at tokens quite a bit. There we go. And you just kind of scroll down for a little bit, see what you like. But again, there's different pages. So maybe you want to go to page 6. Now you're looking at 362,000, because you're going to think that you really like a token until you realize it's very hard to buy the token. So like here's one, Bob's Repair, okay? Bob's Repair. Have no idea what it is, but it's Bob's Repair. Okay. And you can see it's a bunch of nothing happening here. But if I go down here very fast, oh, this is different. This is different than what I'm used to. We'll watch. This is not normally what the page looks like when I'm here. Okay, well, basically, I think if it's on an exchange, it'll let you know what exchange it's on. But for whatever reason, I don't think it's actually on an exchange. Because if I go over here to Ethereum and I go down, it should be here somewhere. Ethereum markets, right? It'll be markets. And it'll tell you where all the places that you could buy Ethereum. And if you don't see anything here, you're not going to buy the token. I would not use gas fees and pay for such things to get access, basically, to a token. That's a waste of money if you ask me. But if it ever gets put on an exchange, you'll be very happy. So, take your time with them. No bad thing is going to happen if you dollar cost average. Just don't chug a whole bunch of money into it, because that's where you start getting start doing that self-hate stuff where you're like, oh shit, I should have never bought that. Where you can think, oh, that one didn't work out. I'll keep on holding it because maybe something will happen with it later on. We're not going to have too many more chances of... There we go, get this mic all set up right. We're not going to have too many more chances of having really explosive bull markets because regulation is going to be coming in over the next couple of years, and that regulation is really going to tamper down what can actually be bought and sold in the United States markets. So, maybe something like a baby Dogecoin, it won't be allowed to be on an exchange, in the future. Or maybe it'll be allowed to, it will be allowed to be on an exchange now, but if it doesn't meet regulatory requirements by the year 2030, because regulations put in place, then it kind of takes a while for the market to adapt to it. Then it might be pulled off, if that makes sense. So it'll be a long, boring process, but there's still plenty of time to making money in the altcoins here. Disney to 47. Yeah, what do you call it? Disney's, yeah, it's not looking good. I have puts for January at 200 for Tesla. Cost me 500 each, up 96 right now. Let's see. Oh yeah, then you're doing just fine right now. It's you're doing okay. Target killed itself. Just stay neutral and make money. Yeah, just don't piss people off. I didn't really understand what happened until I kind of had to do a deep dive news story on exactly what was taking everybody off, and I was like, oh yeah, that probably ticked me off too. And so, yeah, they just got to be smarter. Companies need to stop. Just stop shoving it down people's throats, I guess. But, they'll learn, maybe. If you guys remember, we talked about these golden crosses coming up here with Bitcoin. I think it was a few days ago now, because I wasn't available yesterday, so the day before yesterday. And it looks like, guys, it ended up doing pretty well here. So if you guys were able to make some money off of that, good job. Usually those golden crosses are something I like to look at, especially for the 200, because we haven't seen that 200 for quite a bit of time since since August. Ugh. All right, there we go. Where to buy the next dip? As far as oh, hold on one second. Sorry, I missed one. Where would I start to DCA into Disney? I might start right now a little bit. What's weird about what's going on in the markets is there's like different cycles happening. So, tech is making all-time highs. It's doing very, very good. But then you see stuff like this where it's just like Disney is just like complete shit. And remember, there's a writer strike going on right now. I don't think we've seen it. Has there been any progress with the writer strike? I don't really have sympathy with the strike or the writers and stuff, so I just really don't keep up track of it. I have a little bit more sympathy with the car strikers, but those people are going to force Ford and those companies to just go to Mexico. Like, they're not going to have a second thought about it. But, we're right at support. We're at the 2020 lows. If I go over here very fast, let me type in 3M. So we're going to have, this is the 3-month chart. We're kind of in the process of just dumping right now, right? But if you look at maybe a short-term move, then you would probably be looking to buy right now. If you're talking about, you want to hold Disney for years and years and years, I might do one small buy, and I mean small buy right now. And then you might honestly just wait for it to come back down to maybe like between 53 and maybe closer to maybe mid 60s or so. Disney is not looking so hot at all. Let me just kind of zoom out here. And maybe a small level of support right there, maybe. but we had a couple months of just going sideways. There's really not much there, honestly. The way I'd price this is kind of somewhere like there. So maybe you might want to start buying Disney around $70. That's kind of where I'd be looking. You see those death crosses coming along. That's not looking too good. The weekly chart doesn't look too good. We're just, we're hovering around a major support level, but that's a nibble for me. That's something I would nibble into. And if you go over here to oops, added a U onto there. All right. See this right here? There's no dividends. So there's not really a reason to try to hold it for too long, if you ask me. You're really just looking to see some type of recovery in the price. And with streaming being the main metric that everybody apparently wants to use these days, I don't know. I would say you could probably take a nibble, but I wouldn't be buying it more until possibly it gets back down here to 60s. Yeah, the 60s are kind of what I like. I mean, let me just back this up one more time to go to the monthly chart. All right. Fibonacci retracement on this bad boy, and you can just see how wild this looks. That didn't even stop us coming down. Smell something weird. But we have a support level around $76. After that's 55. It's up to you depending on how you want to see that. Let's go right here. Maybe this one's a little bit more accurate because we actually had a stopping point. That one's around $72. Maybe this zone down here. But I mean, just look at that death cross. If you want to be more excited about buying this, maybe you want to wait for us to get back above that 20-month moving average. That could be a good short-term reversal. Or maybe just back above the 50. Actually, no, but even though we did it there, we just ended up crashing back down. There's just no good news about Disney. It's just not really good at this point right now. Let's see. As far as U1 stock, you want to buy that and just play with it as it swings up. There's not much technicals that U1 actually deserves. It's, monthly chart, right? Doesn't really do much besides have these spikes, and you kind of buy at the low points and hope for something big. I've never played around with it because I don't like it too much. Didn't it have a split or something a while back? Maybe I'll go to the daily chart for that. No, it hasn't had a split in a minute. I must be thinking of something else. There you go. There you go. Hasn't reached its main level of support, but it's just been going down. This is usually something I don't like to buy or touch. If you want to play with it, you can, but just be have a strategy to get in and out. I would probably trade into the momentum. I wouldn't buy hoping for a reversal to kind of pop up on me. I would wait for the reversal to start, hop in, wait a couple days and see what you can get out of it. Probably the best way to play that if you ask me. It usually just goes down. That's why until it has a big pop. Sometimes if you can't be patient, don't trust it. But if you can be patient, just wait for the momentum. You can use any oscillator you want to find it out. RSIs, MACD, stuff like that, stochastics. But once it gets the momentum, you can kind of hop on board and have fun with it. See, Trump token, I haven't really heard of Trump token, but I would expect it to be very volatile because Trump is always in the news. I have a big tax-free play I think you'd be interested in. It's literally free, 100%, 150% doing nothing at all. Hey, tax-free earnings are always a very nice thing, right? How do golden crosses work on a 1 minute and a 5 minute? They work like anything else, except for they just don't have as much of an impact, right? So if I were to go over here to a Bitcoin chart and pop this on here, you see the moving average. You see the death cross. You see it coming down, right? You see the death cross right here on the 50. That could also mean it coming down. Golden cross right here, coming back up. Death cross right here. We ended up making a new low, but nothing really too crazy. So really, it does have its points, but it's not as momentous, I guess you could say, on a 5 minute or 1 minute chart. Usually, when you're looking at some of this stuff, you kind of have to be a little bit more careful with it because, like, let's say you have a change of character right here, and we have a crossover right there with the death cross. I mean, you need a lot more than that. But basically, if you kind of short from here, you're only making 0.82%. So you might have to have a leverage of 10% before you really feel comfortable, making some good profits there. Normally, what I like to do is just kind of look at the trend, momentum, and then the crossover. So we see the trend right here is up, okay? We see the momentum has stopped for a while. And then we see the crossover right there. And then you wait a few minutes and then you made some money. Now, the problem with this is people tend to try to do this when there's no trend. And that's where it kind of gets a little bit more dangerous. So let me find somewhere where there really wasn't too much of a trend here. It looks like there's been some movement over the last few hours. And let me see this one. So we had an upward trend, right? Momentum slowed. And I guess we had the crossover right here, and I guess it technically did go down. So let me find where it didn't work. Okay. Overall trend. There's no crossover happening. Damn. What's the 200? Overall trend. I mean, here's something, I guess, but the trend never stopped. The trend stops here, but then you have the crossovers here, maybe, and that didn't work out too much. Maybe that's a better way to say it. But it had such that violent move that who would trade off of that violent move like that? But there are times when it doesn't work. Okay, so that's the big point here. Okay, maybe you look at this. So we have a trend coming down, trend goes sideways, and then we have the crossovers. You see this, you can have this move right here. But if you wait too long and get too greedy, then you get kind of stopped out. Then you're like, oh fuck, what the hell did I just do? So, there's volatility in here. But yeah, that's kind of an easy scalping strategy. I think that's kind of the basic scalping strategy. Maybe I'll make a video on it. But that, I mean, like, there's no hardly any technicals there. It's like literally you're trusting that you see momentum. You're waiting for that momentum, like, something's happening. We're hitting that resistance, right? Or we're finding that support if you're shorting. And then it turns around, and then you're only in that trade for like this trade right here. I don't know if you waited for the crossover to happen right there. If you want to go for that resistance point, maybe 17 minutes for 0.13%. Is it worth it to you? Maybe. If you're trading with leverage, probably. But, it maybe goes up to 0.23. It depends on what you're looking for. But in reality, what you should do before even doing this on your charts is you should come over here to the, to where you currently are. And then what you might want to do is actually just go over here and maybe, hey, what's the 15-minute chart doing? Oh, look at this. I got a level of resistance over here. I might want to just add this on here so I know ahead of time that if I'm going to buy some type of, I don't know, golden cross here. No, I guess you'd probably be looking at this golden cross here. No, that one didn't. Oh, I guess, no, we do not have the momentum. So yeah, there's not a good momentum push. But if you wanted to open up a short or something like that off the cross, like, oh, we hit a rejection, death cross there, let me do that, okay? Basically, that's the way you're going to be using that. But you'd want to know what those levels of resistance are basically. All right, and you can see right now, oh, well, look at this. There's a much larger trend right here. Bitcoin is probably going to break down here over the next few minutes. Maybe I shouldn't buy anything right now. Maybe I should just wait a little bit. And here's the 5-minute chart. We've already had the first death cross. I didn't do squat, okay? So it depends on how you want to do this. But you're like, hey, if we start breaking down from here and I have that change of character, we hit that level of resistance, maybe, just maybe, I can be happy with, going down. Just had the death crosses here and here. Maybe we keep on going down a little bit more, right? I think in the time I was talking to you guys, this was just happening. Right there, cross. And you see what happened? Actually, the cross happened right there, confirmation. Next minute, literally, boop. So, it doesn't always work like that. The last cross over here had a little bit of a drop. That's after the resistance level. But it's after those key points, right? Golden cross right here. Didn't really do much for a few minutes. You got to wait. And you just got to hope that your stop loss doesn't get hit. If you're going long right here, your stop loss is probably somewhere down here. That's the hard truth of it, though. If you're buying right here, your stop loss is over here. It's kind of that simple strategy right there. And right now, Bitcoin just having some trouble getting above, like, what, 27,400 or so? SPY or Apple? I mean, personally, I'd prefer to trade Apple over SPY. But if you're looking for the safer play, it might not lead you as much money, but it'll be a lot safer. I'd probably say the SPY. Apple just has a bunch of news swirling around it right now, like the iPhone numbers, China going after it. You know, you can get blindsided if you're not careful, and all that action would happen during pre-market or post-market or after hours. So if you have access to those ways of trading, it doesn't matter. But if you don't have access to it, because maybe you have options open or something, it'll affect it a lot. Any indicator for momentum? Just YouTube stuff like that. Like, you know, momentum indicators, there's plenty of them out there. Stochastics, MACD, squeeze indicators, there's a lot of them. You find the ones that work best for you. If you look on my page, I have tons of strategies that go for momentum. So I just think I put one out a few days ago. It has like 3 different oscillators plus a smart money concepts indicator from Lux Algo. And then we also have the super trend indicator from Keyvon, which is everything on this free, which is kind of nice for you guys as well. And I'm using the 20, the 50, and the 200 moving averages. I also use the exponential moving averages, the double exponential moving averages, and the triple exponential moving averages. Although those last two, the DMAs and the TMAs, I don't use them as often. Sometimes those can be really good for people like to do day trading. But I mean, my oh my, is it? Do you have to get used to how wild those things are? Like GAN. This is something I haven't checked out in months, so let's go over here very fast. Okay. All right, can I do this one very fast? Jesus. Natural gas fund completely fell off on us. Okay, but basically here, here are your MAs, right? And so if I were to go over here and let me just type in TEMA, might work. Yeah, triple EMA. Oh. Right, let's go back over here. Green, this 20, 50, 200. I gotta make these a little larger here. Okay, so let's get rid of the simple MAs. Let's go to maybe a 15-minute chart. Let's open this bad boy up. So these are the TEMAs, all right? I don't particularly like to use them too much. That's just me. But you can see there's death cross right here, and then boom, came down. Golden cross right here, boom, it went up for a little bit. Death cross there, went down for a little bit. Kind of depends on how you want to use it. Golden cross right here went up a little bit. Golden cross right here went up a little bit. Death cross right here went down a little bit. You know, it's kind of more immediate, so your mind might have to adjust to it. But if you go over here to like the minute chart, it's like, look where these moving averages are. You see how crossover right here? Now just focus on this point right here where we got that kind of death cross signal, if you were, okay? Now, if we take apart the TEMAs and we put the regular moving averages, of course, since they're not going to be triple exponentials, we want to have more lag, more of that traditional lag on there. Now that sell signal is all the way over here, so you're getting that sell signal here, and you're getting this profit instead of this profit right there, okay? And you could even see this as being an okay trade because you're having that breakdown that's right there. Breakdown plus the TEMA crossover, you can play it like that. More of a scalper's game, if you ask me. Oops, I did not mean to take away all the indicators. There we go. But sometimes you kind of... I wait for both of them to cross over, or maybe I might even say when it comes to like simple things like the 1 minute chart, let's like maybe it's better just use the 50 and the 200. Honestly, you know, crossover here is usually more impactful. Crossover there more impactful. Crossover here more impactful. Sometimes it's not though. But then you got to ask yourself why. You see, oh, look at that big old support zone right here that we've had for a while. Had this small breakdown, but we'll see what happens with it. So, but back over here, back over to Tima's. Usually with Tima's, you might not need 20. 50s and 20s are usually okay. So, let's zoom out. Crossover there on the 1 minute chart. Crossover here, went up a little bit. Crossover there, went down a little bit. Up, did not work there. Worked right here. Worked right there. Worked right there. Worked right here slowly. Worked right there. Worked right there. Choppiness there. Kind of worked, but choppy. Yeah. Worked right there. Worked right there. Let's go back a little bit further. Definitely did not work right there. You get to that breakdown, which is why if you do that buying opportunity right up here or wherever it is, you're going to have that stop loss be right there. So you only lose a teeny bit if it does go down like that. You just got to be willing to hold. Up there it went fine. Here it went fine. That went fine. That one did not work out. I mean, technically it did, but your stop loss if you're shorting is probably going to be either here or here, so technically it would have stopped out. Unless you want to give yourself some type of really increased stop loss, which I personally don't. It worked right there, didn't have a crossover. Did not work. Well, I guess it did work right there. It came down, but it still crossed over. But again, your stop loss would have hit, so it would have been a loss. Crossover right here worked. Crossover right there did not work. So it's mixed. And then, of course, then you just zoom out and kind of put your own common sense cap on. You look at your momentum oscillators and stuff like that and see what could work out. You put on a 5 minute chart, then all of a sudden, that worked out. That worked out. That worked out. Kinda. For like all of 5 minutes, I guess, and then your stop loss, then you might have to sell. This one worked, that one worked. This one's working as of now. I might even use some of these more on the 5 minute charts than actually going on the daily, the minute charts, excuse me. And hey Larry, still drawing from the new on Boyle. It's a free $5 to $10 every week. Oh yeah, how's that been going? I remember you talking about that. I think we talked about that at least for the past few months or so. I've been kind of frazzled in the head from all this stuff dealing with my mom. Let me go over here very fast. I really don't see much stuff happening in the stock market. I see Macy's was up about 2% today, maybe on some news or something. Oh, that's just because it was crashing and somebody had to buy it, find the bottom of this. Oh, yeah, Macy's could be a good reversal play here, guys. Maybe if next week it kind of holds some support, you might have a reversal. But, I mean, just look at some of these stocks. I mean, they're going down to nothing. I mean, of course, COVID was really bad, don't get me wrong, but, like, they're just going down. And apparently the economy is so strong if you ask anybody on TV, right? The economy is great. If you go look at the political realm, they're talking about Bidenomics. So, it's just going to be a little bit of a hassle for a while. Lowe's is doing okay. That's kind of nice because people can't move. They have to fix up their shitty houses that they live in, me included, right? Home Depot, that one's going more sideways. But, it's not falling off a cliff. It's not COVID lows, so that's pretty good. Energy companies still doing okay. Had that minor breakout, which was nice. CVX still doing okay. CVS not doing okay. Dude, California is kicking their asses apparently. But yeah, JP Morgan still doing good after that banking crisis we had last year or earlier this year. Wow. But yeah, just keep track of tech, everybody. Should be okay. And hey, Slick Rick, hey, Allen Time. Hope you guys are doing good. I would love to see a hike. I want to see a hike too because inflation has been going back up. Let me if I can find it right here. I'm going to just go to this one. We've had the uptick from 3% to 3.2 to 3.7. Oil prices continue to go higher. We've had our first rejection off of oil here. So what's going to happen, right? We might consolidate a little bit more. I mean, we have weeks to consolidate here, guys. We have a few weeks, right? Then we could always break out a little bit later. Or we could break down, consolidate until November, then break out. Me. So we're looking at a lot of pain here as far as the oil markets are concerned. And, like here, oil prices soar. I'm sure there's somebody with a headline like that. Yeah, see, Southern California gas prices soar past $6 a gallon. Oil prices, okay, there we go. Oil prices rise as tight supply outlook offsets demand woes. Oil prices rose on Monday after floating with $95 a barrel, right? Global oil benchmark Brent crude futures settled at 64 cents higher at 94.57. Saudi Arabia and Russia are still having their cut. Meanwhile, U.S. oil output from top shale producing regions is also expected to fall for a third month in a row in October to its lowest level since May 2023. So less oil on the market, more demand. Prices should continue to go up for gas and energy prices, which should lead to higher inflation because when, oh, that's not the right one, but when inflation goes up and when the cost of delivering food to the grocery store or, stuff to you basically, or China to Macy's, so to speak, what ends up happening, honestly, is they just kind of pass those costs over to you. And if those costs start getting more expensive, that means things get more expensive, and that means inflation is going up in a simplistic way, right? But how much more can companies expect you to pay before you're like, you know what? I don't need those new shoes from Foot Locker. I will go to Athletic Plus. I don't know. I'm not trying. I don't know where I get my shoes. I get from DXL, but they're a little bit nicer. Maybe I'll go to this cheaper place to buy my shoes and save like $20-$30. When people start to make those decisions, that's when you start to see what's going on with Macy's and Target and things like that, where you're seeing Macy's just crumble when they really didn't have to. They just kept on raising their prices and up and up and up. What they should do, Macy's, if they're smart, is lower their margins, take less profit, and I know that sucks for a company, take less profit, but keep people coming into your store so that they know they can get good deals and good prices. I only go to Macy's when I see opportunities to buy jewelry or a cologne or something for cheaper prices. And I haven't bought cologne, I don't think, in a year because I have like literally years worth of cologne at this point. But if I go over here to like Macy's. All right, ready for fall fresh, up to 60% off home. Those are the sales that keep people coming back in, and they're trying. But again, like the sale prices, it's 60% off because they rose the price of their item up 40% before they put it on sale for 60%. If that makes sense. But like when I go over here and let's just say accessories, jewelry, and cufflinks, maybe. Yeah, we got gender here. Gender, jewelry, fine jewelry. Gender, there you go. Men. And I go over here and I say, I want to offer, I want a sale and discount. I don't want clearance. I want sale and discount. Then you go over like, okay, what's on sale? Oh, wow, this thingamajigger for $1,200. Why isn't that just the best deal in the whole world? Italian gold. Wow, Italian gold looks like shit. What the fuck type of gold is that? Yeah, this gold looks like horrible. Damn, yeah, these things don't look good at all. I mean, maybe they look better on your hand or something. Maybe I want this black. See, like, the value isn't there, right? Like, I have something like this. Not exactly this, but I have the similar type of chain, I got the chain itself for like $100-something, but they priced it at $600. When it gets down that low, I'm more than inclined to walk into a store because I normally don't shop at Macy's, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go buy this, right? Like, I have expensive things, but I consider Macy's jewelry cheap. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. Men's chain, silver. Okay, so I have something like this. Okay, mine's a little bit different, a little bit nicer. But they freaking sell it for like $550. But if you go get it at sale, right, you can get it down for maybe like $150 to $120. That they have to make that more reasonable. Because how many people are honestly buying chains at $400? Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I just don't know how to change the price. Like the only time I spend a lot of money on stuff like this is it's like if it's something like the David Yurman stuff I bought before. Remember I bought that Waves ring? This ring. Not this fancy ring, I swear. This ring looks fucking awesome. I like it. I don't want the pave diamonds in it though. But they have this one that I want to buy. Oh, I forgot. Their website is broken. For being a high-end luxury brand, their website is shit, which really concerns me. Like, who's managing this stuff? Rings. Oh, actually, let me go back here. The Waves collection. I got this ring. Nice and simple, okay? This is what I consider to be more higher end. I could have got diamonds and stuff on it, but honestly, I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually wear silver. And funny enough, I am partly allergic to silver, so I'm glad I didn't spend too much money on this ring. My other ring, that's silver from another designer, yeah, I fucking tore up, and my finger gave me blisters and shit. So I am being very careful about the next piece of jewelry that I buy. Might be a sterling silver cuff, but it's not going to be on my ring fingers or anything like that. It's going to suck. USA debt to hit $33 trillion today. I think it did hit $33 trillion today, Larry. US debt, 33 trillion. Yeah, hit 33.04 trillion on Monday, according to the Treasury Department. Dude, we are so screwed, so screwed. But guys, as much as we are screwed with this debt crisis stuff, and I know the shit's gonna hit the fan eventually, I don't think the shit is gonna hit the fan anytime soon. We're gonna keep on inflating this sucker until it's too big. I think I was watching the news with my mother today at the hospital. And there was a Republican on the TV, I think, talking to one of the news people, you know, who kind of just wander the halls of Congress. And he was making the point that not our debt, but just the interest on our debt, it cost the United States about a little over $22,000 a second. Not a minute, not a day, not an hour, not a week. $22,000 a second. There goes $100,000 just like that. Like that. We're not getting out of this bubble, guys. We're not. I think there's a big battle right now in the House as far as like more debt versus less debt, all that type of stuff. It's still going to be more debt no matter what they decide. It's just going to be more debt. The bubble's going to pop eventually. The gravy train's going to come to a halt. What happens afterwards? I honestly have no idea. Because our entire system is built off of very expensive things because we import everything that we really need. So if you guys think about it, you know, let's say you guys get paid $20 an hour. If the value of the dollar starts to fall and people start freaking out, you know, it's going to be more difficult for you to afford stuff. Inflation's going to go up, and we're going to probably hit hyperinflation at one point, and it's just going to be a shit show. I mean, it really is. You know, like here's Fortune. Why Janet Yellen isn't worried about $33 trillion in national debt. She should be very worried about this debt. Are you kidding me? Like, I am sure she is worried about this debt, but she's lying about it to make sure that nobody else panics because everything is built upon a stack of cards at this point, right? So I'm sure that she's panicking a little bit. Oh, fuck, I'm not paying for this shit, Fortune. But what do you call it? Yes, she should be panicking about it. Because it's like a game of hot potato when it comes to the Fed and the Treasury Secretary. It's a hot potato. Eventually, it's like a time hot potato, right? So eventually, the next administration, the administration after that, or the administration after that, they're gonna have this ticking time bomb that goes boom, and then boom, we're all kind of fucking screwed. So we'll see how it goes, guys. You know, we'll see. But I don't think it's gonna end up well at all, and I don't think you guys think that. I don't think it's gonna end up well as well. USA Day. Oh no, it looks like a bunch of overpriced crap. Yes, Brandon. Yes, that is Macy's right there. That is why you don't really buy anything at Macy's unless you get it at a very cheap discount. What do you call? Because remember, you guys know me as a person who thinks of value as being very important. I don't really care about a massive house if the value isn't there, or paying for a massive house if the value is not there. I like to have a good value. And what do you call it? Yeah, Macy's is definitely not the place for the. I guess I did say it was kind of. I think of it as the cheaper option. But you know what? There are tons of people who like Macy's. They should go shop at Macy's. Go for it. Like I know Macy's. Like I remember I used to work at Macy's when I was in college. I made like $10 an hour. Woohoo! But what do you call them? I used to work in the cologne department a little bit. The home department. And people would buy like $400 blankets. I'm like, damn, $400 blankets. Yeah, at Macy's. You know, you can get a $400 blanket, and I'm sure it's good, but you better not be getting that at Macy's. I bought myself a $800 blanket at Macy's once, but I had like a 90% off discount sale that they were having because it was a clearance item, and then I also used my employee discount, and then I have this like huge duvet that is so nice and silky smooth. It is very, 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 very nice. But I only bought it when it was 90% off, so that's kind of like not almost like 92 with my discount. So you know, it to each their own. But yeah, Macy's is definitely the place where I try to splurge money at all. I think the last time I splurged money at the mall, I took my sister to the mall to get her some sunglasses for her birthday, and I got her some nice Ray-Bans. So you know, like a 300 pair of Ray-Bans. I think that's pretty typical for Ray-Bans these days. I think that's the last time I actually like went to the mall and spent a bunch of money. Before that, it was buying my sister a custom cake for her 16th birthday. I don't really go to the mall too much. Yeah, God, I don't know. I think normal people go to the malls. I don't consider myself normal. Like I like to go to the mall and stuff. I do like walking into that bath shop place where everything smells so good because all the cool soaps and stuff. Sometimes I like to go in there and buy my mom a gift, or I'll buy my mom a gift at Sephora or something. I get facial creams and stuff every now and again, which is really nice. But now that I got a beard, I got to scrub everything. I even got myself a clay mask. Clay masks are pretty darn fun. I put it on and I scare my dog with it. I'm like, ooh. He's like, what the hell's going on? He starts barking at me. But yeah, I mean, you know, it just kind of depends on what you're looking for when you go to those places. Turtle. Yeah. Adding to inflation, the Panama Canal dried up and now everyone has to go around. Okay, that is fucking batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. And as far as JCPenney's, I haven't been inside JCPenney's in years. I think the one close to me closed, so I'm not entirely sure. All I remember is I like to go to JCPenney's because I thought they actually had a pretty fun handyman section. So when like my mom or somebody as a kid was like going shopping for like clothes or something, I'd go walk into the handyman section. I'd be looking at cool lawnmowers. I'd imagine myself one day with a house, having fun with it and stuff. But I guess it's just much better than looking at clothes. But yeah, let's actually talk about the Panama Canal. Because I heard about this, I actually haven't done a deep dive into it just yet. Let's see. Tradewinds. Tradewinds sounds like a like a shipping newspaper, basically. Fuck, they all charge. Oh my god. Yahoo. Okay. The Panama Canal is running dry, and that's the U.S.'s fault, and the U.S.'s problem. I guess we did something shitty. Good. A slight competition between transit and human do it over here. Sorry, Loki's over here trying to nibble at my arm. A slight competition between transit and human consumption. That's how Morales, an official with the Panama Canal Authority, described a possible water crunch in the region as a historical drought threatens the trade route to overseas. Although the canal connects two oceans, it operates... Sorry, he's over here trying to do something. Loki. There he goes. You're okay. Let's see. In August, the average wait time for ships went from less than a week to nearly a week and a half, creating a bottleneck. At one point, more than 160 ships were hanging out water. Oh my god, yeah. Waiting for a Panama official to swipe right. Oh Jesus, the modern day trends here. Let's see. Today, that number is down, but part of the relief came from using more fresh water. So the region is using a 20-year drought. Okay. The canal sees roughly 40% of the global cargo ship traffic. Let's see. According to NASA, the summer was the hottest on record. Yeah. They attacked Vivek Ramaswamy. So they use fresh water to pick the boats up and kind of like move them along the canal. I wonder if there's a way they can just start pumping water out of the ocean and just use salt water. Is that bad? Is that going to be too hard on the pipes or something? I'm not entirely sure. But basically, yeah, prices are going to get worse. Inflation's probably going to go up. Like, I don't think, has the administration even talked about this yet? USA government, Panama Canal. I didn't type that right at all, but that's okay. Canal. News. Safe search, no. Past week. Panama 6 new water. No. No, I don't see much news on that one. I can shop wherever I want, but I'm Walmart all the way. Personally, I haven't been in Walmart in a long time. I went to Walmart maybe once the last couple years. I tend to shop, I guess, these days at Costco. And Instacart, Safeway. I don't think I really have a problem with Walmart. I do. I have two problems with Walmart. One, there's really not a Walmart that I like that's actually close to where I live. And second of all, their wait lines drive me nuts. I don't think the food is of some lower quality or something like that, where it's like too bad to eat. I used to want to get my meat there, but then I found a meat shop. I think they have good frozen vegetables. I think if there's anything I would say about Walmart, good frozen vegetables. I think I'd probably go there for meat or something, but now I guess I just go to Costco for most of my stuff because it's kind of close by. So like if I go over here very fast, let me check this out. Maps. How do I do this? Oh shit, I did something I wasn't supposed to. Got rid of the stream that I was doing with you guys. It should pop up for me in a second here. Wait for it. There we go, okay. Okay, so if I'm right here, I think you guys can see this very fast. Yeah. Okay. There's a couple Walmarts by me, I think. So there's a Walmart Supercenter over here, and there's a Walmart over here somewhere. I swear there's a Walmart over here. Best Buy, Walmart. Oh, yeah, Walmart Supercenter over here. Neither of these Walmarts I really like. But at the same time, up here, there's a Costco that I really do like. There's a cannabis shop that's kind of interesting. There's a Safeway down here, so if I need any food, and stuff, that's normally fine with me. And then there's that meat shop that I go to that's like in the buttfuck middle of nowhere. Where's that? You travel through the military base area. Like this is you can drive past it. There's no gate, but on the left or right side of you, it's all Air Force Base. Until you get down here where this is Native Reservation. They don't really use it, but they own it. Roy. Oh, there it is, McKenna. There you go. I love this little place. It really is my favorite butcher shop. If you guys are ever in town or something like this and you want to like find a nice old-fashioned butcher shop, this is usually the place to go. They got a whole bunch of random shit in here, but they also have some really good stuff. These marinated tri-tips are always good. Carne asada is always delicious. Teriyaki ribs is something I die for. Like those are good. Fresh oxtail. I don't know if you guys have ever had oxtail before, but it's so good if you cook it for a long period of time. Kind of costs a little bit of electric bill, but it's good. Chicken breast, everything like that. They even got these cool little steak packs in the back. 10 pounds of round cube steaks, 10 pounds of chuck roast, 10 pounds of chuck steaks, 10 pounds of fresh Washington grown cut up fryers, 10 pounds of lean ground beef, 50 pounds of food for $299. It may seem like $29 is a lot, but for that, I think that's actually a pretty good deal. I normally get there's an economy pack down here that's nice. Yeah, usually you want to get these smaller packs unless you guys have like a really big freezer. I got 2 freezers, so technically I can get these ones, but even then, I'd rather just kind of buy everything separate. But, barbecue pack, 2 pound T-bone steaks, 5 pounds of rib steaks, 3 pounds of sirloin steaks, 6 pounds of chuck steaks, 3 pounds of beef spare ribs, 6 pounds of fryers, and I think 5 pounds or something of ground beef, 30 pounds for $209 or $201, one of those two. It's some really good food. And all these people here are really chill to work with. And they also got hot dogs. I don't know if you guys like hot dogs. I like their hot links. Oh, yeah. They even got hot links with jalapenos and cream cheese in them if you guys are feeling adventurous. There we go. Oh, as far as Dogecoin, I think Dogecoin's fine. It's just been going sideways. It hasn't done a whole bunch, but it kind of spikes and it comes back down. Spikes, comes back down. It hasn't been falling like a lot of other tokens. Dogecoin has managed to hold up a lot more than other tokens this year, which is actually a very big surprise because of how much people bought, over the last couple of years. Shout out Sam's Club. Yeah, there you go. Sam's Club is also a really good one as well. Yeah, I think it's just, it's just where you live. There's nothing wrong with Sam's Club, nothing wrong with Costco. It's just basically where you live and where you want to go shopping. It's just the trash people in Walmart. I go early AM to avoid them. I don't really pay attention to the people at Walmart anymore. I mean, again, I don't really go to Walmart. The last time I went to Walmart, the only cool thing that happened was some guy asked me if I wanted to sign a petition, and I did my patriotic duty and I signed a few petitions to lower the gas tax, to make sure car tax, some type of car tax lowered, and like one more other thing, and I was like, yeah, let me sign my signature to these, because gas taxes are freaking insane. You guys know that, for those of you guys that watch me that are here in Washington State, you guys know we pay 50 cents on every gallon of gas. A tax. It's horrible. I was up in Seattle this summer. I really liked it there. Definitely want to move there now. It's a very nice area. Like, I would say don't move downtown, but move into the suburbs. It's a pretty nice area. Just do your research on the crime, because there's like hot spots of crime. But like every city has those, so it's like your normal city stuff. Went to Mount Baker and Olympic. Ooh, they're both really, really nice. I like to go to Mount Rainier, but that's because I live closer to Mount Rainier. It's like a 30-40 minute drive for me. It's not really bad. If I wanted to go up to those mountains, it'd be a hot minute of me driving up there. I had lamb. Ooh, tonight. Ooh, that sounds really good. I had McDonald's. What do you call? I knew I wasn't going to have time before I came back here. So I stopped at McDonald's very fast, got me a quick snack, got my sister something. And then, yeah, I had to talk with my mom's, whatever you call those people, case manager. I think that's what they're called, like the discharge manager for the hospital or something. But, wiggle. I'm playing with Loki's ears, and he's actually okay with it. But yeah, pretty eventful day. Gas tax petition, plot twist, you were signing the raised gas taxes? No. I read it. I read the little thing there. They have a little pamphlet that talks about everything. I hope the guy wasn't lying. But yeah, I do not want to pay more taxes on gas. It is insane. I already pay for the excise tax for my tabs every year. I pay for the gases. I don't really drive a lot, so I usually don't care about it. But I've started to drive a lot more, and my God, gas taxes are crazy. Crazy. But okay, buddy, I'm going to call it a night right now. It's been a good hour and a half. I got to go do some work here very fast for my mom to make sure she can go to like this home that she needs to go to. Then I got to take Loki outside to use the bathroom. Then I got to go say hi to my sister to make sure she knows she's ready for everything. I'll let you say hi to Loki though very fast. Let me see if I can. Can I do this? How do I do this? There you go. Loki. Yes. He's been very good today. He's way too relaxed. Oh, okay. I can tell you guys something. I forgot about this. But can you get down for me, please? Thank you. Thank you. I'll cut you up in a second. One quick thing here, guys. Before I forget, if I can just click on my fat fucking head and move this down. There we go. Okay. One thing here, guys. One thing here that I totally forgot. What's right here? Why do we use headphones with a mic? Because I have other stuff going on in the background. I don't want to hear it. Or if I hear something on the thing, I need to be able to hear it. I don't have speakers on my camera. I'm getting Loki a little brother next year. Lacey, Washington. There you go. So I'm getting Loki a little brother before I let you guys go. And his little brother is going to be one of these guys, if I can find it. Oh, no. Yeah, it's going to be a black German Shepherd. So I'm going to have yin and yang. Yin and yang. So I'm pretty excited about it. Because, I don't know, I think his dad's in here somewhere. No. Yes, I think that's going to be Errol, imported from Germany 2021. So he's going to have a cool little brother puppy here pretty soon. But it'll be later on in the year. But okay, everybody, have a good rest of your day, and hope you guys relax, chill out. It's a nice Tuesday. Tomorrow is going to be a very big day for us all. Thanks.